Hi guys, and how is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well and enjoying their summer and hydrating enough and drinking a lot of natural juices. Anyway, one of my favorite drink folks is Mauby, and I just thought I'll share it with you how to make it. Okay, so basically, Mauby, I would say Mauby is definitely the Guyanese will give you say yeah. I think it's big. It's number one in Guyana. Then Trinidad or any other country, any other island come after. But right now it's all over the Caribbean. It was all over the Caribbean, but I think Guyana was the most popular place for Mauby drink. I'm just saying that. Okay. Anyway, folks, something that Mauby. It's one of those, the most popular drinks. And how should I say it? If it's not the most popular drink across the Caribbean, then Mauby is made from the bark of made from the bark of a tree, and the tree is called I'm trying to pronounce it, COLUBRINA, L Pitak, something like that. Mauby, and that's where, or you could call it, or it's also called soldier wood. Okay. I'll put that name in there for you, that long name. That's the original name. It's also called soldierwood, okay? And it's known for that bitter, that bitter taste. And that is what cleans the blood, folks. So Mauby is like Cersei. Cersei cleans the blood. Anything that bitter you drink, it's good for the blood, except, beet, right? But so Mauby is really a purifier for the blood. So you could have that as much as possible. And you also sweeten it. And when it comes to like a diabetic person, I would say just leave the sugar out or use a diabetic sweetener, okay? But that helps a lot cleaning the blood. So it's the number one thing to clean the blood. So it's known for its bitter taste, which comes from the Mauby bark, and the Mauby bark come from a tree, right? So basically this is it. So when you're gonna prepare Mauby to drink, like you can get a lot of syrup in the store to buy I would just take it home and mix it. But folks, I just find a lot of those syrup, Mauby syrup is just full with, it's just sugar. You don't really taste the full flavor of it. Okay. So what basically, I get this from traditionally Guyanese. How to make it? You got a cup of bay leaf. You got I have a cup of bay leaf here. So I'm gonna be making about a cup and a half Mauby. So I'm using a cup of bay leaf. You have anise seed, and if you don't have anise seed, you can use fennel. Those two, fennel have the same taste as anise seed, and you're gonna use some star anise. I'm gonna use about 2 star anise. You don't need any more of that. Your water will be boiling. I'm gonna be using about a cup and a half of Mauby. So let me get my cup here. I'm going to be using about a cup and a half of Mauby, okay? Because, folks, you don't need to use a lot of this stuff, okay? It's very strong. And once it's cooked, once it's boiled, it's expanded. So this is what it looks like, basically. But once it's boiled, it's going to expand. So I'm going to be using about a cup and a half of it, okay? And about 2 bay leaves. Some people put cloves or allspice. I don't do that. The anise seed I find along the star anise along with anise seed and the bay leaf, and you're also gonna use some cinnamon stick. So I have I'm gonna use about cup of cinnamon stick. Okay. And if you get a good cinnamon, the Ceylon cinnamon is a good cinnamon to get. If you get it from back home too, it's also good. So I have about a cup and a half of Mauby here, and folks, let me show you what Mauby looks like. And it's a stick because it's a bark, okay? So when they break it from the bark and break it up, and then they dry it, so it's almost okay. So that is what it looks like there, okay? So I'm just going to be using a cup and a half in boiling water, and once you let it boil up, folks, and once it boil up, you just lower the heat to medium and let it simmer for about 10-15 minutes, and that's it. So basically I'm going to be adding a cup of 4 cups. I'm gonna add in 4 cups of water, okay? To that 1.5 cup Mauby. I'm gonna add 4 cups of water to that, and use filter water if possible, folks. So it's a cup and a half of Mauby I have here, and I'm gonna be adding 4 cups of water, filter water, to that, okay? And the water should be boiling. Then you just put it in. It doesn't have to be boil. If the water start to eat it, then you just add the Mauby to it. Okay, so a cup and a half of water. Okay, 1.5 cups. I just let that come to a boil. Okay, and after, when the water starts to boil, I'll have the cinnamon, star anise, the bay leaf. Bay leaf, if you have cinnamon leaf, you know, they're from the same family. And anise seed. And as I said, if you don't have anise seed, you could use fennel seed, because those two have the same flavor, you know. I learned that from a friend of mine, Guyanese friend of mine. All of this I learned from my Guyanese friend. Because and like I said today, Mauby's been done all over the Caribbean, but it was mainly, like, I have to say, a Guyanese thing. You know, I'm not being just saying it like it is. And then it's in Trinidad next, and all over the Caribbean. Okay, so that's basically it. So what folks, what I did, if you want to get the best result from Mauby, boil it and leave it overnight, and then you strain it and sweeten it. And folks, so I did some last night and I leave it there. So I am gonna be showing you how that comes out. Okay, so that's the best result. You leave it overnight. You boil it, leave it overnight, and you strain it. So this one I'm doing there, folks, you know, that would be done. This same procedure. You're just gonna boil up everything and leave it overnight, and then the next day, same, like, you know, procedure like you do with sorrel. Like, you know, if you boil sorrel and do it right away, it doesn't have that same flavor. So I did this last night, and it's the same amount I did. And folks, I want to show you your, okay, do you see how the Mauby back, those small back, this is how they you know, this is how they get very large. Okay, so I'm gonna pour it, and folks, it depends on how bitter you want it, you know, and that's it. And it's just gonna be sweetened with a bit of sugar. Some people put vanilla, or you see the bark of the Mauby now, folks. You see how big it gets? So it expands once it hit the water. See? Yeah, just like cinnamon. See, they all expand. So they're both from the bark. And see, this is the anise seed and the cinnamon leaves that I use in it. So that is very rich. And the thing about it also, you can put it as strong as you want it. Okay, so if you, but you know, if you don't like, because it's very bitter, and I find the better it is the best, the better. It depends on how much you can take, how much bitterness you can take. But once you eat it with the sugar, and I had sweetened mine with a little bit of sugar. And I'm saying, if you're diabetic, then you have to just find some diabetic sweetener, you know. And what I do, I'm not gonna sweeten the whole thing, because I like to keep the rest of it in the fridge. When I'm ready for some, I'll just sweeten it. I'm just gonna have spices, a little bit of vanilla and stuff for all of it. But what I'm gonna be doing, I don't sweeten all of it. I don't like to sweeten all of it at once. Because sometimes I like to just drink it just like that. Yeah. And like I said, it's a quiet taste. And just use some brown sugar or white sugar. It doesn't really matter. If you're not diabetic, then you just use some brown sugar, and that's it. Okay. So I am just going to sweeten some of it and make a nice glass right now with some ice in it, and the rest I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna put in the fridge in a bottle, and when I'm ready for some, it's up to me. I can have some sweets or I can have it just like that. So I'm gonna get some ice in the glass. And this stuff, folks, is very good for the blood. That for a diabetic person too, it's also so good. As long as you don't use sugar in it, you use the sugar for diabetics. Okay, so but it's very good. It's very good for the blood, and people been drinking Mauby for thousands of years. You know, just like Cersei. Those are two blood cleanser right there, which is so good. I am just gonna take out some, and I hope I don't spill it all over the place here. I'm just gonna. I hope I don't make a mess. And you see all that froth, folks? You see that froth? Then you know it's perfectly done. That's the one from overnight. You see all the froth on top of it? That is a Mauby that is done. Well done. Yeah. So that's what you want to get. So that's why you leave it overnight. And that's the consistency you want to get. That froth, when you see that froth come up, you know that's your Mauby right there, you know? Yeah, so look at it. See all that froth? Yeah. That is a good Mauby right there. So I'm just going to sweeten this up. I'm just going to have a glass. You know, I have it all the time. I'm just going to have a glass. And like I said, I don't sweeten all of it. Because sometimes I don't want sugar, and sometimes I like sugar. So I'm gonna add a little bit of pear essence to it. If you have almond essence, that's good also. About half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon. And I'm gonna add, and this is pure vanilla extract. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla, because remember the cinnamon and all of those good stuff is in it already. So you don't need a lot more stuff to add to it. But I just like the taste of a little vanilla. And pear essence, if you don't have pear and you think you have access to almond essence, is also another good one, okay? But I get the pear essence straight from Grenada. And folks, I'm just gonna add some sugar to it. And like I said, it's a very, very bitter, and you can make it, or you can dilute it to, you know, the bitterness, to you know, to what bitterness you can, you know, because some people cannot tolerate anything bitter, but I love that froth on top of it, folks. Look at that. And a good glass of Mauby. Oh, nothing like, I'm gonna be drinking this, so I can always taste it by myself. That, you know, your Mauby is done. Wow, folks, this is how I like it. Bitter, 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 bitter. And it's so good. It has that bitter taste to it, folks, but it has that nice. And when I drop it on this ice right now, folks, it's awesome. So folks, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and try Mauby instead of buying it in the store, because it's not in some store, folks, you get the packages with all the spices in it for Mauby. Even the Mauby is in it, so you'll get a package with Mauby and anise seeds, star anise, everything in that package. So you just take it home and you just boil it. They just put enough in that package for that amount. So you know what, so it's available anywhere you are. But if you don't want to have to come home and think, you guys put everything in the package. You just buy the thing in the package and that's it. So guys, this is Mauby here, and folks, please like, share, and subscribe. And these are all the stuff here. Let me show you again what Mauby looks like. Where is the Mauby? My water is boiling for this bunch, so I think you only need to see the Mauby, because I'm gonna put it everything that you need in it in the description there, folks. So this is what Mauby is, folks. And I put everything in the recipe that you need to get your Mauby done. So this is Mauby bark right here. Good for number one thing for purifying the blood, and it boosts the immune system a lot, you know. So that's Mauby right there, folks. So folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's quick, short, and to the point. And guys, try it. This is the Mauby drink here, and let me try. Folks, with the ice inside of this thing, it is so refreshing and just absolutely delicious. Okay, so folks, please like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you get your Mauby there, folks. Especially in the summer. Today here where I'm at, because you can hear my AC is going. It was so hot outside and nice, you know. So I came home and I said, you know what, I did this last night, so I said I have to have a glass of Mauby. So this is what I'm doing right now, folks. So folks, enjoy. Okay, try it. Just big up everybody. Everybody just big up yourself, Marie, Mello, Deacon, Fire. Everybody big up yourself and have a good evening. Okay, all right, peace.